And here is the Vegan's Almanac for today, the 24th of September, 2025. Today is World Gorilla Day. Gorillas are gentle giants and display many human-like behaviors and emotions, such as laughter and sadness. In fact, gorillas share 98.3% of their genetic code with humans, making them our closest cousins after chimpanzees and bonobos. The largest of the great apes, gorillas are stocky animals with broad chests and shoulders, large human-like hands, and small eyes set into hairless faces. The two gorilla species, the eastern and western gorillas, live in equatorial Africa, separated by about 560 miles of Congo Basin forest. Each has a lowland and upland subspecies. Gorillas live in family groups of usually 5 to 10, but sometimes 2 to more than 50, led by a dominant adult male or silverback who can hold his position for years, if not decades. The bond between the silverback and his females forms the basis of gorilla social life. Once a female begins to breed, she'll likely give birth to only one baby every 4 to 6 years, and only 3 or 4 over her entire lifetime. This low rate of reproduction makes it difficult for gorillas to recover from population declines. Overall, both gorilla species have been decreasing in numbers for decades, and a 2010 United Nations report suggests that they may disappear from large parts of the Congo Basin by the mid-2020s. Around 85% of a gorilla's diet is made up of leaves, shoots, and stems, but gorillas can also eat roots, barks, and rotting wood, a good source of sodium, and the occasional larva, snails, or ants. At night, mountain gorillas sleep together in nests either on the ground or in trees that they make from foliage. Infants will share their mother's nest, staying safe and warm. Gorillas have about 16 different types of calls. This includes short barks when they're mildly alarmed or curious. To intimidate rivals, male gorillas strut with stiff legs, beat their chests, and use vocalizations like roars or hoots. Both males and females care for their infants, hugging, carrying, and playing with them. In the wild, gorillas can live to over 40 years old. Males between 8 to 12 years are called blackbacks, and then from 12 years old, they develop a silver section of hair over their back and hips, earning them the name silverback. The main threat to gorillas is the degradation of their habitat. As the region's human population grows, the land is increasingly converted for agriculture, which leads to deforestation. Safeguarding the future of this iconic species and the unique mountain ecosystem they uphold requires continued protection and monitoring, achieved only by the dedication of local conservation teams, collaboration, and rallying international support for gorilla conservation. Today is the birthday of Linda McCartney, born on this day in 1941. Linda McCartney was an American photographer, musician, and animal rights activist. When she and her husband, Paul, decided to become vegetarians in 1975, Linda stated that she would no longer eat anything with a face, and if slaughterhouses had glass walls, the whole world would be vegetarian. In 1991, Linda started Linda McCartney Foods, which sold frozen vegetarian meals. At that time, options were extremely limited, and Linda essentially made vegetarianism possible on a much larger scale. The brand is one of Britain's most established meat-free food products. Another person born today in 1941 was Jesus Mosterin. Jesus Mosterin was a leading Spanish philosopher and a thinker of broad spectrum, often at the frontier between science and philosophy. Opposed to all spectacles of cruelty, Mosterin took a firm stand against bullfighting. He contributed decisively to the discussion leading to the ban of bullfights in Catalonia, Spain in 2010. Subsequently, he published 2 books analyzing this cruel tradition and offering a devastating refutation of all proposed attempts to justify it. On this day in 2005, the documentary Earthlings was released. Earthlings is an American documentary film about humanity's use of non-human animals as pets, food, clothing, entertainment, and for scientific research. The film is narrated by Joaquin Phoenix, and it features music by Moby, covering factory farms, pet stores, puppy mills, and animal experimentation laboratories. Earthlings includes footage obtained through the use of hidden cameras to chronicle the day-to-day practices of some of the largest industries in the world, all of which rely on animals. The film took over 6 years to complete because of the difficulty of obtaining footage within these industries. Animal rights philosopher Tom Regan remarked, "For those who watch Earthlings, the world will never be the same." And here's a quote for today from the 19th century German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer. "All truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. And third, it is accepted as self-evident." This has been the Vegan's Almanac with a reminder that the day will come when everyone will agree that the truth of veganism is self-evident.